Hey guys, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday? I am doing alright. I've had a productive if annoying day at work, but we got there. I did the absolute best I could. I've got like 3 tickets for the Isle of Man, all of which I could really do with being in front of the laptop, which is not an easy thing. So, yeah. But I'll figure something out. I'm sure I will. So, yeah. Yeah. And that's all to report on work today, on my day today. My sister has some baby birds in her bird box in the back garden. So when I picked my daughter up from hers, they were watching the baby birds, or at least the mum and dad bird come and go to feed them. And you can hear the baby birds. And I saw like the mummy bird stick her head out, which was kind of cool, I must admit. Other than that, that's it. Let me know in chat, let me know in the comments how your Wednesday is going. But let's continue with the finale of Eternal Strands. Right. Shoo. I did look up how to defeat the final boss. And you do have to break the armor off. Which is not easy. So this is gonna be a battle that's gonna be the majority of the stream. Just so we are clear. So I'm gonna get concentrated, so I might not be talking a lot. Yep. Ah. There's vitality tonic. Fuck off. Oh, that's the other thing it said. I've got to use the kinetic stream. Not to fly into... Right. I did completely forget. About the kinetic stream ability. definitely missed that. Apparently it is also both arms. Don't. I just... Come on. Don't. I flew over. Why is this not letting me? God damn it. One horn down. Oh, both horns. Let's go. Try and find some health. We're not finding health. Don't. Let's get that other horn. Two of the horns down. Alright, we've got to break the stuff off the arms now. Missed. Damn it. Come on. Damn it. Do. Getting to the arms is proving difficult. Yeah. Miss me. There we go. Right. There we go. Alright, that's what I'm wanting. I also want that. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Right. The guide that I read said you also had to pin its arm. What's going on here? Yeah, it said you also had to use the ice wall to pin it to it.
So typical of your species. The breach is too wide for your arc.
Breach? What breach?
The breach between our world and yours, of course.
You're from another world?
You call us Surgeborn, but we are ancient. As old as the tear between worlds that bleeds what you call magic. A wound you
I don't think they've spelt tear and tear right there. That says tear to me.
until they could no longer contain it. And the inevitable happened.
But I honestly can't think how to spell
Surge.
tear. You know.
An event so cataclysmic in both worlds it shook them to their core. And it left a path. One I had to follow. Your kind have mastered the coral, indestructible and suffused with incredible power. How you barely understand and haven't earned. Power that should and will be mine. You can't hope to compete with me. I carry with me 1,000 souls and 1,000 bodies. You are an insect. Consider it an inherent failure of your species.
Fuck you.
Could you shut up?
Does the truth strike a nerve?
No, you're annoying. And I'm trying to think.
Bryn, Arik managed to get the scry back, for now.
We've lost visuals.
The Herald is down, but regenerating. And the Arc of Verdance. It's working, but the raw magic is too much. The Arc can't pacify the tangles.
You need to get out of there. Now!
No! I have to do something.
Bryn, we will find another way.
Don't bother. You will die. Just like the Eye's daughter.
Ooh, shouldn't have said that.
Whatever it takes.
Her name was Isla.
We go power up the arc. Activate the Arc of Verdance. A lifetime has a point as given Orion Keen says even through the scry. I didn't read that, it disappeared too quick. Now, I suspect that Bryn doesn't die here, and I also suspect the rest of the Weavers come and help. Was that the veil down? I don't get what that was.
Bryn. Can you hear me? Bryn. Talk to me.
Oh no. Come on.
I...
Oh, look, Loomgate. I could tell the Loomgate was going to activate just from the shot with it behind Aurea. For long after our exploits have seized this earth, every Weaver must pledge their mantle to its escape from adversaries, danger, whatever the source, lest we lose our own forever. Maximilian Arden, founder of the Enclave. Huh. I thought there would be more to the end. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'm just pressing the mouse button to try and get through this as quickly as possible. I'm just looking at the voice cast, and there were some good voice actors, to be fair. I think what let the voice actors down the most is the writing, but we'll get into that in a minute. There will be a late review show on this. Come on. Just, you know, small indie team. Speed 3. Thank you for playing Eternal Strands. Our studio's first game is a labour of love, and your support means the world to us, Yellow Brick Grams. Well, you know what, Yellow Brick Games? You did well. You did. Alright. Ooh, there is more. Okay. Let's see what Lynn has to say. A shift in perspective.
A pleasant morning to you. What's on your mind?
I've got something that I'm struggling to believe.
Then it must be something rather special.
It's about something the Herald said when I fought it in the source. It said that it was from elsewhere. A place we wouldn't be able to understand. And the Herald claimed to be older than the Surge. Much older.
That is a fascinating assertion. And we
It is indeed.
reports of it reappearing after you defeated it.
Right. I heard that too. I would have mentioned this earlier, but with all the action and me almost dying...
Say no more. I do, however, think that Oria and Dam need to hear about this too. Oria? Dam? Would you mind coming over here?
You're looking uncharacteristically serious, Lane.
I'm looking normal, I think. But you are correct.
Bryn?
The Herald claimed to have existed for a long time before the Surge. And it said that at the heart of the source, there's a breach between worlds. That's where the Surgeborn came from.
I
Shock.
don't know how to tell everyone about this. Will they panic? Will they even believe us? Should we tell them at all?
Hold on, Lane. You're jumping to conclusions. It's possible that the Surgeborn was lying.
It's true. Even though it never technically lied to Bryn, it certainly enjoyed its little lives.
It's the small matter of all its little minions and no one knowing where they're coming from.
This would explain so much about the origin of the Surgeborn.
I believe the solution to our worries is, as always, more research. Bryn, since we've received reports of the Herald reappearing, would you mind hunting it down for us again? Specifically, to know for sure whether it is as otherworldly as it claimed to be, I will need you to harvest its pattern, as fresh as possible for me.
Absolutely. I've already killed this thing twice. A third time will be a piece of cake.
Splendid! Understanding the unknown kills any fear it may hold over us. Is this course of action acceptable to you two?
Yes. Sounds good to me. What do you think, Lane? Would that make you feel better?
I suppose that's a sensible way forward. Sorry.
I didn't like you. I suppose it's a sensible way forward. Let's just go kill the thing again.
I need to prepare my workstation.
One step at a time, my friend.
Of course. The resonance, yes. Good luck, Bryn.
Don't need luck when I've got a team like you behind me.
Oh, it's all very team bondy, isn't it? New strand, kinetic powers, upgrade. Bryn can now create additional streams. Each stream's kinetic force is increased. I'm not sure that actually helps, because, like, how is someone correct to preserve the Herald essence? Alright, is that all we've got to do? Right, let's find the Herald. Okay, so there's no actual Herald. Or do I just, well, how am I supposed to thing it? Right, I know we should probably go and talk to everyone, but I actually kind of can't be asked. I think we've got more than enough story and perspective. Alright. I don't understand. It's not showing up as one of the monsters, so how does this work? Was it lower than everyone or upper than everyone? It might have been upper than everyone. It was upper than everyone, because isn't that honestly can't remember where it was. Oh, I don't know where it was. Let's just go running over here. Hello, boys. Come on, asshole. You can do it now. Alright. I actually genuinely cannot remember where we were supposed to go to get. Right. Let's just go back home. Surgebon Herald. Right, let's do this. We know very little about the so-called Surgebon Herald, beyond what it has told us about itself, but Aurier has a theory. At points, fights with the smaller Surgebon, like the Talons, have made it abundantly clear that a husk formed around their bodies protects them from the impacts of heat and cold. A kind of insulation, if you will. Thus, Aurier theorizes that the thick husk could similarly be insulating the Herald's inner body, keeping it safe from harvesting. In a situation where all the pieces of husk are removed at the same time, he may make its smaller cousins become vulnerable to a harvest. The challenge is that the locus seems to be central to the beast's head on what could loosely be considered its face, which means that any point channeling magic there, Bryn or otherwise, will have to restrain the Herald's arm lest they be torn free. With this in mind, its sudden inexplicable lack of sapience can only be considered a wondrous gift. I do not wish to cast a shadow on our achievement of first defeating the Herald at the source, but the fact is that it was a last-ditch effort in the face of certain annihilation. If we are possessed of its full faculties, including its ability to learn from both our actions and its own mistakes, I doubt that we would be successful a second time. And again, this is not to suggest a lack of faith in Bryn or the Weaver Band, simply an acknowledgement of the incredible power of our greatest foe, and an acknowledgement of our own limitations, of course. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. Let's sleep again and see if we can get it out. Right, I just had a thought. Let's go talk to Bryn again and look at the codex and see if there's anything about the source. Raw magic. No. Okay. Look at it never on. That wasn't helping. Great foes. Search Ban Herald. Yeah. No. Not helping. I'm a little concerned that we're not gonna get Sage Ban Hill in Grimrod Hollow. That'll do me. Okay. So he did say you got to glue its arm to its body. So I wonder if it's just because we had there it is. I do wonder though, there was like an area code in miasma down here. I wonder if there's that gone. No. I don't really know why I'm doing this. Just to kill time at this point. Okay. Let's go fight the Herald. Maybe fight this thing first. There you are. Alright. Come on.
I know I can accomplish this pattern. Just need to do it again.
Don't. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I forgot I was on the run thing. Oh. Run, go away. Let's go up here. Don't. Miss me, asshole. Not good. I'm not doing this well. Where the hell's it gone? Find something else now. Horns, get the horns. Come on. Oof, screw. How do they get on these floaty things? That is entirely not where I wanted to go. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Come on. Let me do it. Alright, that'll do. God damn it. Didn't want that. This is... So, I walked pretty much straight into it then. Oof. Miss me. Let's go around to your back. Get this one. That's not what I was going for. Come on. Go. Stop getting your bloody sword in the way. There. There. And that's why you've got to stick its arm to its side. Well, at least now we know. Alright. Alright, how exactly do I stick its arm to its side? This is a bit confusing. This doesn't make sense. There. Oh. Come on, come. Down. That should be it. Alright. Yes, we should totally do that. But let's go over here first and just look for all these goodies. Alright. The arm thing is like kind of BS. It's like they realized that after you've defeated it the first time, you understand it's actually quite easy. So they went, oh, we've got to add something else in here. Yeah, we've got to add an extra wrinkle in here. Otherwise people are going to think it's too easy. And I suspect that we may be running out of development time, so like, stick his arm to its side. Ooh, brilliant. Nice and easy. I mean, I could be wrong. If any of the developers at Yellow Brick Grounds are watching this and want to correct me, feel free to hit me up in the comments.
Good news. I harvested the Herald's pattern.
Splendid. If you'll let me handle the resonance. Dom, come and look at this. Bryn's brought back the Surgeborn resonance and...
Fascinating. It really is like nothing I've laid hands on.
The Herald was telling the truth then. About this, at least.
Walk me through it, team.
Dom, do you want to?
Yes. This is the second resonance I've had access to, and I didn't realize before, but it's clearly not of this world.
Clearly.
It resembles nothing mentioned in any literature I've ever seen. The Hearthsiders' libraries have nothing about this, not even the Spindle's tomes. Exploring the possibility of other worlds could consume decades of a researcher's life, and they'd barely scratch the surface.
I mean, that's true out in the real world.
A logical pursuit before, but this strand changes everything.
So you're suggesting this is an entirely novel field of research?
That is precisely the fact of the matter, my curly-haired friend.
I'm not a researcher. Ask how this revelation will help me out in the world.
So, for those of us who aren't academics, what's the takeaway here?
Our understandings of the mechanisms of the universe will fundamentally shift as a result of this.
Great. Love that. Does that mean there could be more places like the Source?
Well, anything is possible. Though, the lack of Surgeborn outside of the Enclave suggests that wounds between worlds are extremely rare.
I see.
Makes sense.
And what about the resonance I brought back? Is that dangerous at all?
The resonance is self-healing, but beyond that, it seems that some other element dictates the Herald's regeneration. I would not be surprised if you saw it again, but without its connection to home, you will not be able to evolve or adapt.
So the resonance heals itself, but it won't turn into a Surgeborn on its own. Good.
That is good.
Something else to worry about. One large thing. What amount of this information are we comfortable sharing? And with whom?
I wish I could draw from weaving history to provide guidance, but something this big has never happened before.
The Axel has always appreciated our transparency. We should tell her first.
I would assume she's busy with her duties as interim leader, but on the other hand, I've no clue. Truly, my font of wisdom runs empty.
I
Oh, well.
think this one's big enough that we can bother her about it without feeling guilty.
You're right, of course. I'll meet you in Cassidon's hold. I just need to document this while it's fresh in my mind.
And I will continue experimenting. What a wonderful opportunity.
See you in the hold, Lane.
Okay. New strand, kinetic powers. Kinetic stream. One can now create additional streams and upgrade all powers to level 3. Hey. Awesome. Right, let's go talk to the Axel. We got some big revelations.
Good morning, Karnatame. Might we trouble you with some questions of a fairly important nature?
You're already here, so you may as well.
This is a pretty big one, for the record.
We have learned something astounding about the Surgeborn and the fundamental nature of the source.
Something new?
Yes. When Bryn was engaged in combat down in the source, the Herald spoke to her of its origins. It told her it hailed from another world, and at the source is a celestial wound through which the Surgeborn found their way here.
We thought it might have been lying, trying to throw me off.
I mean, it's a good possibility to say that it's like lying, isn't it?
So I killed it again. Took a resonance from its pattern to Lane and Dom, and
It was all true.
all of it.
Dom is very excited about the existence of other worlds and will continue researching, but it sits ill with me.
How so?
You and I spoke at length on how the truth, the whole truth, must be made available to all. But this isn't just some political secret. It changes our approach to everything. Religion, weaving, the way we place ourselves in the world.
I understand. I assume you've thought a great deal about this. Give me a risk assessment.
That's just the thing. Understanding more about the world. It's beautiful. Wonderful. I have enough perspective, however, to know that the same may not be true for others, especially those who have lived here through the Surge. Would it bring peace to their hearts? Would this knowledge, shared free to all, improve their lives? I fear not. But
You see, this is
for
the
thinking
thing.
time
Sometimes
wisely to know what's
it's
best
better
for
to
us.
conceal the truth.
I see. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. First things first, we need to find out what Kenrick knew about this. Let's fetch him, shall we?
What do you want?
I was hoping to draw on some of your memories, if you wouldn't mind. It's in regards to a security matter.
If it's a security matter, then those two shouldn't be privy to it.
You
That's
still
no
being a
longer your
dick?
call. In the years where you held the Surgeborn Talon in custody, did it ever speak to you of its origins?
I will not incriminate myself.
I'm simply asking a question from someone who's in charge to someone who was in charge.
And you may simply ram that question up where the sun doesn't shine.
You're
It's
useless. You may leave.
Bryn, like,
I'm useless.
stick your sword up his
I'm
ass.
not the one chasing religious fairy tales about worlds beyond our own. Ridiculous.
So you knew, and kept it to yourself. That's more than enough from you.
I'll leave you to your hunt for a desert Akala then.
Exhausting. I'm sorry about him. As always. Now,
Desert
for the
Akala.
services you have rendered
That's a
us,
new location
I
and a new
deserve
enemy in the
your
sequel.
trust. So I'll listen to what you think I should tell our people of the Herald and the worlds beyond ours and whatever else.
It's humbling to have earned such trust, and we won't squander it. Before I speak, do you have any thoughts on this, Bryn?
Damn, can't do this alone. I'm using the research properly. I'm here to kill monsters, not write a thesis. Defer to learn. It's one of the bottom two, but I'm not sure which.
I
Bottom.
trust you more than I trust myself. On this, at least. You've shown that you can make the right choice, so I'd rather leave this to you.
Oh, well, that's fine too. I wouldn't have minded hearing your thoughts, but I appreciate the vote of confidence. 3 major facets of this problem loom in my mind. First, that of the research possibilities. Keeping this revelation under lock and key would obviously gatekeep untold numbers of discoveries. Second, that of those who adhere to the various religions around the Maida. I fear that disclosing the existence of other worlds to the public at large could upset a great many people at best, and trigger a holy war at worst. They have been waged on far smaller provocations than this.
That's a fair point.
Most importantly, so many of the problems we've encountered here have been because people kept secrets. Whether they were forced to keep them or not, the existence of those secrets significantly hamstrung our efforts to learn about the Enclave. If I had any choice in the matter, I would change that status quo in a heartbeat.
Now is your chance. If you want to seize the moment, I will respect your choice.
The irony is that I find myself faltering on the precipice, because I've now been presented with truly dangerous knowledge. Before I entered the Enclave, before we
It's
undertook
this is a good bit of writing because she's genuine. Sorry, they're genuinely
each intimate detail.
struggling with this.
Now, I believe we must find an acceptable truth to share, but not the whole truth.
What do you have in mind, then?
Subject to your approval, we start by telling your people the story of the source, the entire truth, barring that of the breach. Then we tell the people that, as it stands right now, the monster they saw at the Grand Gate is eternal. But more importantly, we are working on ways to combat it. We keep its true origins close to our chest. Knowing how to contain the Surgeborn is much more important. For now, we tell parts
Sounds like a good
of the
plan.
truth. We share select details and let the people weave their own interpretations. We control the narrative by allowing conflicting narratives to spread. And one day, the denizens of the Maida may be ready to know the full truth. Is that acceptable to you, Karnatame?
Yes, it is. And might I say, you would have made an amazing politician had you stayed in Udea.
That's kind of you to say. But I have too strong a moral core to do that kind of work.
Very understandable. Not for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not enough of a dick to be a
Nevertheless,
politician.
I will
That's fine.
communicate our story to the public. Let's hope the ensuing chaos is limited. I'd like to build trust again.
It's the right thing to do.
Lane, Bryn, thank you for your time and assistance.
It has been our everlasting pleasure, Karnatame.
Consult with Lane. What happens if we try and go down here now? Oh, it's still there. Interesting.
You're being unusually quiet.
Because he can't talk anymore.
You can't talk. We didn't just cut off your ability to access the scry. The Ark of Verdance must have done something to you at the source. Huh. I wonder what this means.
Not a whole hell of a lot, Bryn, to be honest. Right, so over the course of this, we haven't missed out on the main story points, but we've missed out on little touches by not talking to people regularly. But I think that's fine. I think that just adds a bit of depth, but not much. So all the best talking to people was done in the quests anyway.
As if a great weight has been lifted from my shoulders. When one begins to live their life beyond dusty old tomes, they must reckon with the complexities that are part and parcel of lived experience. Which is to say, you have truly been an agent of change in my life, Bryn. In wonderful ways, of course.
Well, you're not so bad yourself.
I try my best. But really, I feel good.
How are you feeling about your research as a whole?
Excellent. I'm going to chronicle everything. Even if some of it may not see the light of day for some time, I have faith that it will, someday. And when it does, it will be useful to those who need it.
And what about that? Keeping it under wraps, I mean.
I suppose I have learned a sense of nuance. In Udea, keeping secrets was like breathing, but almost every secret was trivial or petty at best. And, more importantly, kept as a means through which to exert power. That was Kenrick's approach too. Power through secrets.
It definitely was.
Whereas I would hope that my reasons to keep secrets are driven by a sense of care and kindness. Do you think so?
I do. And more importantly, I know you're the kind of person to seek outside accountability if you need it.
With you and everyone else at my back, my worries are now few and far between. All that remains is to continue my research. And I'll need you to keep bringing back items of interest, of course.
I won't stop looking for things to bring home. Don't you worry.
Then I won't keep you. Get adventuring.
We've done everything. With many crises resolved, Ban finalized some data to help Bryn uncover mysteries. A new mission has been added to the journal. Track the secrets on the Enclave quest, and the Watcher's Wisp will guide Bryn in the direction of the closest knowledge fragment, if any remain undiscovered in the current locale. Cool. Secrets of the Starlight Gate. Lawkeeper's Journey. Alright, we've got 25 minutes left. Let's go to Starlight Gate and do this. Nothing but clear skies. Trouble. Yeah, we'll start off there. The Plains of Arden. I've just realised that what I've been complaining about the Wisp, which is you just take you to the nearest thing. Right, how exactly am I supposed to get there?
End of the lifeline, Bryn.
Yeah, it's okay, Ari. We got there. I don't really care about this stuff. This is why I want going out of my way to collect them, but no, 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 no.
Can't stretch the scry any further. That's as far. Hold on. Hold on.
What absolute bullshit that was. He just bounced off. That's the most annoying bug we've encountered in this game. The fact that sometimes it just bounces you off a wall for no apparent reason.
I've got you.
I mean, that was worth a shot, wasn't it? Much better. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh, hello, Riz. Trying to work out what was going on there. Uncle, the Kala have made home here. All the way up there. I can hear it, so it can't be that far away. Fallen tapestry. I'm not even attempting to, like, particularly fight anything right now. Yeah, that's where it is. No! Well, that was just annoying. Stupid. Alright. I should be really using the thingy magic, shouldn't I? Get me around a bit quicker. Any health? Guess I'm going into my supply. Oops. Wrong one. Alrighty. Up we go again. Always going up on this one. Seriously, boys. Thank you. Up again. Alright, we've got 15 minutes. We're going to get as many of these as we can in 15 minutes. If we get them all in Starlight Cape, then brilliant. And then go to another part of the Enclave and find them from there, then we will. Seriously? All the way up there? I'm guessing there was an easier way to get to this, but this works too. Up the aisle. I mean, that is pretty cool. Don't. Achievement. We've only got 6 more here. So, yeah, that deserved it.
She spent time on Starlight Cake.
Yeah, there we go. It's this way. Hello. I didn't, because of the flames, I did not see where that was. Okay, down there. Seriously, boys? Alright. Come on. Alright, time for you to go away because I really can't be asked. Completing. Can I use this thing to get me up there? Yes. Alright, so... Oh, fuck's sake. Alright. Alright, how many we got left? 3. Now there's up there. can hear it. It must be above. There we go. We can get covering.
That's his face pulling you. Brace for it.
Okay, that wasn't my most cunning one. See if we can get them all at Starlight Cape.
End of the line.
God.
I've got you.
That would have worked. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it would be on top of the tallest peak, wouldn't it? That makes perfect sense. Right. How many are we on? This is like the last one though, to be fair. Goodbye. Okay. No. Bloody in-game physics. Hello again. Oh, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good. Oh, please. I'm gonna kick your ass. Alright. Let's go home. Save the game. And a few quick thoughts on Eternal Strands. Save game. Right, save. Alright, folks. That was Eternal Strands. I hope you have had as much fun watching me play it as I have playing it for you. It's actually a very cool game. You can see this sounds derogatory, but it's not really. You can see that it's an indie game, if that makes sense. It's definitely not AAA. You can see some of the places where they've cut corners and had to make decisions to get a game out the door and things like that. The game is not necessarily worse for that in the majority of the ways. It has some really good writing that isn't locked away. Like, I didn't feel I had to talk to everybody in the camp at all times to be able to get extra information. And indeed, like, I kept talking to Aurea every so often just to see it, and she'd just give me random little tooltip. So I think the majority of the writing and all the good stuff was in all of the quests and all of the side quests and the companion quests, and each of the characters felt really quite built out and rounded. I mean, the biggest problems with it were things like the little bugs where you just randomly bounce off a wall when you're trying to just jump straight up, and it'll send you flying and get you past the scry and things like that. That was annoying when that happened, because a lot of the time, if I was pushing forward when it happened, I can understand it, but a lot of the times I know for a fact that I wasn't. So yeah, it was just a bit of a weird bug, that. And then, like, there are some really good voice acting in it for the most part, but some of the voice acting was a little dry, and I can't quite work out if that's what the voice actors or the writing. In places it was the writing, just a change of a word every so often could have just solved the problem, but it's nothing earth-shatteringly bad. And as you got into it and understood how to play the game, it got to be really fun to try and do it and get all the upgrades and get all the armor and all the schematics and everything. And even that little bit then, when we were just looking around for the little flavor dots, that was kind of cool. So yeah, and the some of the designs on the epic creatures and the epic archons just looked really cool. Like, the Ark of the Forge looks absolutely awesome, and like the Ash Peak Drake as a concept for a dragon was really good. The biggest problem with fighting the epic encounters was working out what you had to do. Like, there were more than one way I had to look up in my own time how to actually defeat it. And then, like, things like the Brennan Glasstail, where you had to burn off its fur, you couldn't tell you having an effect on that. There needs to be some way to show that you're actually having an effect on it at all times, not just, oh, you've hit it enough and then it just burns off. I'm not a game designer, I couldn't tell you what that'd be. Like, a number popping out, probably not the solution, but well, that goes back to what I were talking about. You can see where they've cut corners. If they had more of a budget to do it, I suspect what they would have done actually is made it so as you're hitting the fur, the texture changes more with each stage, and you can see how close you are to getting it off, and things like that. But again, nothing. It's nothing about those things are particularly earth-shattering. It's a good game. It's absolutely, for a first game. If I worked at Yellow Brick Games, I would be very, very ecstatic with how Eternal Strands come out. So if you are from working at Yellow Brick Games and you do see this stream and this little review, and I will be doing a full review later, be proud of yourselves. That is a good game. I've super enjoyed playing that. I'm glad we went the indie game route this year. So yeah. So that's it from me for tonight and for Eternal Strands coverage. I will be, so tomorrow night and Thursday night we'll be playing Call of Duty. And then we're going to have a week off. So there's going to be no streams next week. I'm on holiday on Sunday night anyway, so we're going to be a short week anyway. And then no streams next week. I'm going to come back with a hopefully slightly different looking stream. And I'm going to clear out a few things. I'm even going to try a slightly different streaming software. And yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, we'll come back. I'm going to get some videos shot. Hopefully that will only take me 1 or 2 of the nights that I've got free, and then I can also record some videos. So I'm going to record I've got 3 unboxing videos to do, so I'm going to record them and then get them up, and then try and record try and edit some more of the Last of Us Part 2 videos that are coming up, so we can get to the Eternal Strands videos. And yeah, that's the plan. Alright, so I've been waffling enough. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Sweet dreams. Thank you so much for watching me play Eternal Strands. I hope you enjoyed it. I really have. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can see the late review shot on Eternal Strands when it comes out. And yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow for some Call of Duty. Sweet dreams.